These are all my open. So today I will talk about all these SPF, my experience with them as a consumer, and I will rank them. As you can see, most of them are physical SPF, and the reason is that I prefer physical SPFs because I tend to have itchiness. I'm quite sensitive to chemical ones. The only chemical one in the set is this one by Evi. It's the Daily Defense Face Mousse. It's yeah, it's like a hair mousse, but is SPF. I'll try to show you because yeah, it's practically at the end, and it's really reliable in the sense that if I put these, I'm pretty sure I won't get tanned or red in any way. It's a bit sticky. I will definitely repurchase this one, but I think I will go for the cheaper one, that is the blue one, meant for the body. This particular one for the face is enriched with other vitamins, I think, but I don't care. They are quite similar in terms of elegance, so I prefer the 50 in the blue bottle that is meant for the body, and I think I will stick with that one because it's cheaper, so it's a better buy. This one yeah, saved my brown spot on my cheek. I have sun damage, and when I want something really reliable with the sunny day like today, so if I go outside, I can rely on this one. A con of this is actually irrigation, because sometimes if it is windy, the product, it doesn't stick to the skin once you spray it, and it can go away before you have to be fast if it is windy to spread the product on the skin. And it is completely transparent, of course. It's a chemical SPF, so I would recommend it for darker skin tones as well. I have two products by Supergoop, and these are both physical mineral SPF and both 40 SPF 40. This one specifically, it's another must-have. I haven't opened the equivalent one from Colorescience. Anyway, I purchased the cheapest option, and it's this Bright Eyed. I use it quite a lot, as you can see. It's quite dirty here, and it's a cream that's quite thick and with a peachy color. Yeah, you see it's a bit pasty and light, but it doesn't give me problems. You may have a bit of white cast with this one. How can I explain it? It's a thick cream, and for that reason it sticks on your eyes and has a concealing property because of the peachiness, but it doesn't provide a lot of coverage. It's just a hint of coverage, so I usually put a concealer on top of this. It's a tad sticky and not too glowy. It's a natural glow, and the same with the Evi. I didn't specify that. It's glowy but not too much. The problem with SPF, they tend to be glowy to the point that for me, for my taste, they're greasy, and I don't want that. So I like more matte finish that ends up to be natural finish, not too glowy, because otherwise it's, yeah, it's a mess. It's a greasy mess, and I don't want that on my face. So this one is an amazing product. And how do I use it? Usually I go with the SPF all over my face, and then I start with makeup. What happens is that sometimes I need to rub around the eye area to remove the excess makeup. For that reason, I'm not sure if I have my eyes protected. So what I do is start with the eye makeup and then use this under eye after my eye makeup, and to clean up the area and to add an extra layer of protection. Then I go with concealer, and then I'll finish with the blush. So this is my routine to be sure that the area around my eyes is protected, and this is a very useful product and it will stay in my collection. I have backups of these, and I will for sure, once I open the Colorescience version, I will make a bottle of these SPF targeted for the eye area. Then, since we are into the Supergoop brand, let's discuss about this one. I purchased this because I was tired of glowing products. It's easy for a SPF to be glowy, it's less easy to be matte, and therefore I wanted to try this one. So this is a colored cream, and I have to say I found it, yeah, it's medium thickness. With the temperature, actually the consistency changes a bit. Now that it's very hot, it's more fluid, but you can see it's a cream with with some coverage, so I use it as a tinted moisturizer, and it leaves the skin, yeah, I don't want to say totally matte, is a natural finish in my opinion. And but in winter it tends to be a little bit drier, so this is perfect for this time of the year, for summer. And this is actually my tinted moisturizer that I use for the office. So this is actually very nice for summer, less nice for winter, so I need to prioritize this and finish before October. What else? I already talked about this one. This is already almost empty and is another very nice one. I think once I finish this one, since I found this a little bit by Supergoop, a little bit thick and heavy, I will repurchase this one. For now, I just need to go through all of these. This is another tinted one, and the nice property of this is my perfect winter SPF. Okay, I did a mistake here. It's this one. I don't want to waste a lot of product. This is as a peachy, nude peachy color, but again it doesn't provide any coverage. It has less coverage than the Supergoop that tends to be thicker. Again, is all mineral and with the SPF 41, while the other ones that I show you were all mineral with SPF 40, so almost the same. For me, yeah, these products are equivalent to one another. Again, also this one is a nice tinted SPF for me, or tinted moisturizer. It's nice to be used in this time of the year, but this actually is my perfect winter moisturizer, winter SPF that I use as a final moisturizer, so it doubles as SPF and moisturizer. And yeah, this is my winter one because the color is exactly my skin tone in winter, so I don't need any other, you know, layer. And if I found that coverage is too low, which it is actually, so if I need some coverage, then I will use foundation or concealer. Nowadays I tend not to use foundation anymore. I tend to use these colored SPFs and just concealer on top. That is actually much better for my skin. I find my skin healthier and yeah, just better looking over the day, you know, in the office. So it looks plumper, younger. So that is my preference. These ones are not tinted ones, and these are tinted. So let's recap until now the tinted ones. I haven't talked about these ones yet, but this is for the eyes. And okay, so these are tinted, are all tinted, and I would say in terms of thickness, the This is quite light and it's still one of my favorites. It can be like this one, from the thicker to the lighter. It can be, or maybe this one is even lighter. This is an amazing SPF. So I would say this is more or less the degree of, from the thickest one, that can be also the most reliable one, you know, because I feel that this sticks on my skin, to the lightweight, the most elegant ones. And these I'm talking in a minute are white SPF, mineral SPF. I won't repurchase these. I will tell you why in a minute. And this is the eye product that I talked to you before, and this is another category because it's the chemical SPF. So this is for this time of the year, for the summer. But since it's a bit sticky, in the winter it's something that's too much. I prefer a more elegant formula. So let's proceed with, I talked about these ones already, and let's proceed with the colored ones, and let's go to this one. This one is a Revision Skincare Intellishade TruPhysical. There's a line of Intellishade. This is the physical one that is actually all mineral, but there's also I believe a mixed SPF that is a tad mineral and physical. Let me see what comes out here. Is it? I believe I open it. Okay. And for some reason I didn't open. So this is actually, okay, I tend to keep it close because I wanted to not to use it for a while, so yeah, I need to finish the other ones before going every day with this one. This is another peachy one that, yeah, you see it's a little bit dark for my skin, but yeah, I have no problems with this. The thing is that this is quite thick. Almost, yeah, I think it's almost comparable to the Supergoop. It's glowier than the Supergoop, and for this reason I don't like it too much. I won't repurchase this. I like that since it's thick, I know that it stays on the skin, tends to stick on the skin. It goes quite easily, but it's a tad too, I don't know, it's too much for my skin. So I will see how I feel in the winter time. I won't use it for now because it's too thick for my taste, for my personal preference. This is a winter SPF for me, and it's a nice protection for winter under the makeup. It should be very nice as a to prepare the skin, so as a primer. But yeah, honestly, I still have to have an opinion at office because I haven't used it underneath the makeup at the office, but I know that it's very good for that. It's a bit sticky, but not as much as this, and it is a little bit lighter than this one. This one by Revision is a little bit more elegant than this one. For this reason, if it behaves nicely underneath makeup during winter, then I will consider to repurchase that. And finally, this one that I already talked about as an alternative to the Chanel tinted moisturizer, and this actually is a transformative moisturizer with SPF, of course. And I like products like these. It transforms from this cream, white cream, to a nude color for light skin tones, but there are actually different shades of this, and I picked the lightest one. It's for fair skin tones, but there are, I believe, other two shades, medium and dark skins. This is the most elegant one. Is lighter than the revision one, so I would say between these two they cost almost the same. The Colorescience is my preference. Is more advanced. I really like it, and yeah, it has actually a PA 4+. This is not ranked. Both of them are 100% minerals. This is also water resistant. I like this more. So yeah, realistically, I won't repurchase this, and I would rather go with this one. And the last one is actually the new a new one that I purchased. Is another SPF by Tatcha. This is the travel size, because as you can see I have so many SPF to go through. This is the perfect daily SPF, and it's, you see, tinted again. Let me try here. It's a light tint, but actually it becomes, yeah, undetectable. It doesn't offer coverage. It's a bit too sticky and glowy for my taste, and for that, but is a fresh gel, is almost a gel like, and it's a very elegant formula. But you know what, now that I just tried all of them, I believe that still this one is superior. This is a zinc oxide 12%. This one, it's zinc oxide at 10%. Well, to be totally honest, I would trust Colorescience more. I think I will do a battle once I have a better opinion on these. I think it's the better thing to do is try to alternate between these ones and have a really feeling like a side by side comparison, something like that. So subscribe to my channel if you want to see in the near future a comparison video between these two SPFs. And finally, I have these two. This one is from a brand that I used to trust a lot, and now I have a couple of products that I recently purchased that I don't like as much as the first ones. So yeah, this in particular had high hopes for the SPF by Benjamin Fox. This is actually fail for me, and it's something I'm trying to go through these days. So actually I'm trying to use this daily. It's a reliable SPF, but I mean, it's white. It will leave a white cast. How much zinc oxide is this one? I don't know how much it is in there, but I mean, this is thick, guys. Is thick, is greasy. It leaves a white cast. It's all I don't want from a SPF. The only thing that I have it, so I will use it. Fortunately, I had a small size, 60 ml. So it's a travel size, but guys, whatever I don't like from the SPF, this is it. And the only thing is that I like that it sticks on my skin. So at least it being so heavy and thick, I know that it's protecting my skin. And yeah, but I need to use a lot of powder on my face to counteract the greasiness that I get from this product. It stays greasy on the skin, so the makeup doesn't stick well. So it's really a mess. It's old-fashioned SPF, and that is my experience with this that I'm having these days. I will finish and do not repurchase. This instead is a very interesting zinc oxide based SPF, and I imported it from Canada, and the thing is it has a 25% zinc oxide percentage, so it's the highest percentage of the active ingredient that is doing the sun protection, and is a SPF 50 with a 25% zinc oxide. I I believe there are two versions of these. One is colored, and I purchased the white one, and I made a mistake. This is the thinnest SPF I have in my collection. It's a tad greasy, but at least this absorbs quite quickly. It absorbs well and doesn't leave the skin excessively greasy. It's really thin, so since I don't trust it a lot because it's too thin for, yeah, I always question, you know, I wonder whether my skin is evenly protected. So I tend to layer, I put a double layer of this one, but it's very elegant. It's the most elegant zinc oxide SPF. I'm considering repurchase the tinted version of this. I think I still prefer the Colorescience in terms of elegance, but this one is a great, this is doubled the percentage of zinc oxide compared to this one. So I would say that these are quite reliable. If I'm below the sun for the entire day, I will tend to reapply these two. Still, I think I would go for this one. It's easy to buy for me in Europe because it also is a European brand. So I would go for this, honestly. But this is an amazing purchase. I'm very happy to have tried it. And so if you are Canadian, because this is a Canadian brand, I would highly recommend this SPF. But the tinted version, honestly, because this applied in 2 layers tends to leave a white cast. So yeah, both of these leave a white cast, but this is much better than this one. So these are the two untinted, and this is definitely my favorite. So this is one that I would recommend. So in terms of ranking, let me rank these ones. I would say that not sure about these one. I think this is my ranking, and this I will put it at the same position as the Tatcha. And this one, where to place it, you know, this is something that I don't want to rank among these ones because it's a specific product for the high area, so it's a complement to these ones. So if I had to repurchase, I will definitely rebuy these ones, and this I still need to decide if I really need this one or this is better. These are ones of the best ones, and this I also need in my collection, but as I already said, the blue version that is cheaper. So these are the best buys for me. This is also very nice, so this I will repurchase, these not. So from the last position to the top position, this is my ranking. Hope this video was useful. Please consider subscribing if you like honest opinion about products. I purchase everything by myself, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.